command post area down by the Salmon River is no longer in play. So we've moved the command post to our headquarters here on Prince Street. So we're operating out of there. 8:30 this morning, Department of Natural Resources helicopter was on scene here with us. We have an officer in the air now with ground search and rescue in the helicopter. We're continuing to work the area of the river, and we've gone further out into Cobequid Bay and down that way. And we do have ground search and rescue from Colchester, ground search and rescue on site as well on the ground. And that's where we are right at the current time.
Can you tell us a bit about what areas you're at right now?
Sure, yeah.
Because we don't see anyone.
Yeah, sure. So we've concluded our work around the original site, and we've expanded that search zone further down the Salmon River toward the mouth of Cobequid Bay. And actually the helicopters are around the bay right now. So we're continuing to fly that pattern back and forth on the river system. And there are searchers that are ready to deploy to those areas as well on foot if required.
You expect this to go, this is kind of phase 3.
This is our third operational phase for now. And again, we are in recovery mode. So we're going to continue that until we've exhausted every avenue that we have available.
You might start into a different phase tonight. You might start
Well, we're in the recovery mode now, so that phase is going to continue until we've exhausted everything that we can possibly do. Yeah.
Can you tell us about, I know you guys consulted with the family.
Yes.
And made decisions to
Yeah.
go to that next
Yeah.
recovery mode.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that?
A difficult conversation, obviously, but the family's been very strong through this process, and we've been personally in contact. Myself and others have been personally in contact with the family numerous times a day, and it's not a decision that we were hoping to come to, but that's where we are in the reality of the situation right now.
Community support, I feel like it's just been surreal right now for both
Yeah.
your searchers and for the family right now.
Yeah.
It's just, I think it shows it's small towns.
Well, it's not a small town. We've got a fantastic community, and our community is very strong, very passionate, and very supportive of the police, and very supportive of the community in general, and we don't take that for granted. The amount of food and well-wishing and people wanting to help has just been amazing. Businesses donating stuff, it's been fantastic, and it's a testament to the community that we have here. We've suffered a lot of tragedy in the last few weeks, and it's a strong community, and we're all rallying around to get through this. Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. Thanks. Yeah. You want to call?
Would you like me just to do a statement? Okay. Le service de police de la ville de Truro continue de chercher pour le petit Dylan Ehler. Dylan, âgé de 3 ans, est désormais disparu depuis l'après-midi du 6 mai. Depuis hier, la recherche est désormais un mode de récupération. Vous pouvez apercevoir que le poste de commande est désormais ici au poste de police de la ville de Truro et non sur les lieux de la recherche. Vous pouvez aussi apercevoir que l'hélicoptère est de retour aujourd'hui et le Colchester Ground Search and Rescue sont toujours en train de chercher pour le petit Dylan. Le service de police de la ville de Truro est toujours en mode de recherche. On a encore beaucoup d'espoir de le retrouver et merci beaucoup pour le support de la communauté.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
No.
From above and below, dozens of searchers desperately tried to find the missing boy, trying to avert yet another tragedy for Nova Scotia. It was not to be.
It's hard for our hearts to mend when we have all these tragedies unfolding in front of us one after the other.
3-year-old Dylan Ehler was visiting his grandmother yesterday afternoon. She got distracted by a dog for only a moment, and then he wandered away. Police found first one of his rubber boots in a brook near the home, then the other further down near the mouth of the rushing Salmon River.
Truro and Colchester County are very proud, strong community, very supportive. Everyone rallies together, but we've suffered a great deal of loss in the last couple of weeks.
Truro, Colchester County, where the boy was last seen. The same area where the mass shooting took place nearly 3 weeks ago, and where one of the 6 victims of the Canadian Armed Forces helicopter crash called home. Now, this lost toddler.
My first thought was, this world's breaking down.
The country's attention once again on a region already reeling.
It's hard. It's really hard.
People felt they had to try to help, some way, anyway.
I just thought I'd bring by some dry blankets if they needed them. It's kind of wet out here.
Despite the efforts of dive teams, search dogs, helicopters, and dozens of people using drones, thermal imaging, and an underwater camera, police say the search hasn't produced any new clues. Tonight, they switched from a rescue to a recovery operation.
My heart goes out to the parents and the family and everybody on the street, really.
One family's heartache felt deeply by a province already grieving so much loss.
So Kayla, what have you been able to learn about Dylan and his family?
Well, Andrew, this is obviously an incredibly difficult time for this family. I did have a chance to speak with his grandfather this afternoon, though. He described Dylan as just full of energy, loved to run and play. He had actually just turned 3 on April 17th. That's the day before the beginning of the mass shooting here in Colchester County. And you know, his grandfather talked about that too, how it has been such a terrible, terrible time here and how it all makes a person feel pretty helpless, Andrew.
Yeah, no doubt. Kayla, thanks very much.
Have that story in a moment, but first, it's been more than 6 months since 3-year-old Dylan Ehler vanished from his grandmother's home in Truro. His family says they're dealing with persistent bullying and baseless speculation. Now they've secured a lawyer to end the online harassment they say is tearing them apart. Alexa McLean has our top story.
For the harassment and bullying, it just needs to stop.
It's been 6 months since boots belonging to 3-year-old Dylan Ehler were found in this brook in Truro, Nova Scotia. But every day since, his parents say they endure another layer of added pain online.
We are facing a lot of harassment, bullying, threats online, and we really need it to stop.
It's heart-wrenching, you know, to help look for your son, and then on the other side, deal with all the hate and the cyberbullying. I believe Rankin is experiencing threats, similar problems stalking, such as harassment. You name it, they're doing it.
Dylan was last seen at his grandmother's home. The family says he was playing in the backyard, and when his grandmother turned her back to put a dog on its leash, he vanished. A week-long search followed. Truro police say there is no evidence to suggest foul play, and his case remains an open and missing person investigation. His parents say the internet has erupted ever since, with allegations and falsehoods that led them to get a lawyer.
They've lost their son. He's now been missing for 6 months. They'd like to be able to focus on finding him. And then they have all of these comments and messages that they're receiving on a daily basis.
Every little piece of dirty laundry has been aired out online, and it's gotten out of hand, blown out of proportion, been twisted, and it hurts everybody.
Allison Harris is representing the family and is seeking a court order
that prohibits these people from posting any further comments that would force them to take down any comments that they've made previously and prevents any contact with Ashley and Jason.
Jason says the cyberbullying and online harassment doesn't stop him from looking for Dylan every week.
I search for him every day, and I'll never stop until I find him.
Alexa McLean, Global News, Truro, Nova Scotia.